I got a lot to show you today that I think is going to help a lot of you out. First of all, I know I'm in Trader Rehab, but I cheated. I did not use my red cup, green cup. I started to, but I was doing really good. So I just said, screw it. I don't want 5 tickers to trade. I'm going to go for it. I traded 11. Now, one of them, I went deep red, well, probably a couple of them, and pulled myself out. But today I don't want to go through and just show you every trade I did. But I'm going to show you how I used the 9 and 21 EMA for sure because I shorted most of the day and I had no levels. So I didn't have my normal levels that I would take, price from here to here and back down again and back up. I could only use the 9 and the 21 EMA. So I'm going to show you how I did that. And then I'm going to do a weekend workshop this weekend. I asked Gemini to code more ThinkScript code for my ThinkOrSwim platform so I could have more labels on my chart. I want to get rid of some of the indicators / labels that I've used from other people. I just don't use them that much. There might be one piece of it that I use. So I actually went into Gemini and had Gemini create code for 3 labels that would help me in my trading. So this weekend on Sunday, look for it. I will show you how I did those. I'm going to bring up everything I prompted Gemini. I'm going to show you where in one of the codes I found an error and I prompted Gemini to fix it. And I had to prompt Gemini 3 times. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And then I'm going to take you through the instructions in ThinkOrSwim, how to load those indicators or labels or whatever you create. I'm just giving you a baseline of how to do this. And once you see how I do it, you could program probably just about anything you want, any kind of indicator on your chart, any labels, whatever you want. That way you don't have to do things that other people do. You can just have a chart that fits your needs. All right, then the other thing I'm going to show you is I traded earnings. For those of you with a very small account, I know I trade large share size and large size. You can still trade the same way I do, the same way anyone does. I traded today a $6 stock and a $13 stock at earnings, and I made money on them. Now, not so much on the $6 one. It just didn't move that much. But I'm going to show you how I got in, and I'm going to show you how I used my ATR label that I created this morning to decide how much it would move and where my loss would be, my take profit and my stop loss. All right, let's get going. I got a lot to show you. All right, let's start off with the earnings play here. This was a really cheap stock. It was a $6.41 stock or so at the time of earnings. Now, it's called Safe Bulkers, and I want to show you the daily chart. This is really important. And I'm going to show you what I always look at here. Okay, normally here you can go into ThinkOrSwim and just set the ATR. It's one of your indicators in ThinkOrSwim. I only put it on the daily chart because the ATR goes back 14 days and shows you what the average range is. And you can hover over any one of these candles. So see here, this is an earnings. And notice here where at earnings, the price went from $4.99 up to $5.54. So about 50-cent move. Well, if you hover over that and then look right here, when I hover over that, it's telling me that on that day, the average range that the stock would move fully in a full day is about 16 cents, 17 cents. So that moved quite a bit. That was good. That was way above its ATR. So I do that because I'm going to show you in just a second. I don't want to always come over to this chart to see what the ATR is. So I used AI today, and I'll show you this on Sunday. See this daily ATR based off the 14-day average? It's showing me currently, as of today, over the past 14 days, it moves about 24 cents. So I went ahead and decided I was going to trade earnings. You guys, really, what's the worst that could happen? I lose 24 cents a share? Whatever. So I've got the money in my account. Now, if you have even a smaller account, you could just trade 10 shares, right? 10 shares, you're putting $60 in. And it went up $1. Well, it went up about 50 cents. So it doubled its ATR. That was good. So what I did was I took 100 shares right here. What I did, you guys, just to make sure, I know some of you that follow me on earnings know this. See the price right here, how it's going up right before the close. I want to see that it's staying steady here for an hour, and then going up is a really good sign that I don't trade this stock. So obviously people who do are feeling confident about it. So that gave me the confidence to do 100 shares. Now, I know it might only move on average 24 cents, which is what the ATR is telling me. So I'm not expecting a lot. Anyways, it was jumping around. It had really high spread. Look at this, 35 cents. That's not good. So the price comes up and shoots up, and they had not announced earnings yet.
So I was a little worried because, when I see green, I like to just get out on that first candle. So I went ahead and got out and it dumped back down. I only made $9 because at that moment there was a very big spread, but I had no choice because I don't know the stock and I didn't know it actually had a 67-cent spread, you guys. Well, I only captured 10 cents out of it because once you factor in that 67-cent spread, which was in there, that was it. It used it all up. Now it went up a tiny bit more, but you wouldn't have made any more than that. That's why I say if you're not sure, if you don't know the stock, get out immediately when it goes up. Now it never went down. It did over here. If you look at the 15-minute chart, it went down a little bit, but you're in and out. That was safe. And I'm trading small share size based on the price. All right, let's move on. I want to show you SWBI, that's Smith and Wesson. And I don't know anything about the company. I just know they make guns. And I figure, well, with Trump being elected and people love their guns, maybe people are buying lots of guns. I don't know. I'm a 60-year-old lady. All I know is I did research on AI. If you've seen my videos, you know what I do. I asked for best and worst case scenario. It was literally a 50-50 shot, and it can move a few dollars at earnings. So for just a few bucks, I thought, okay, I'll take a chance. So I took 100 right here. Actually, I took 100 really early on. I'm not going to go back and show you. I took 100 early in the day, and then I got out right here for $1 profit, $1. Woohoo. So I literally had about $40 profit if I would have taken it higher. So it comes down here. I get back in because, again, right before earnings, it was trading sideways. I love that. So I get in. It did take a little tiny bit of a dump, but I think that was the spread at the moment. I wasn't scared, and they hadn't announced earnings. And as soon as I see, let's make this bigger. As soon as I see this big jump up, you guys know I love to get out right on the first green candle. I just got out. As soon as I see it shoot up, I got out at 1474. So I didn't get out when it was coming down. I actually got up as it was going up. I did not know how far it would go. And it was only anticipated to go up about $1. So I just thought that was safe. You could have played it a little bit longer, but I got 102.89. All right, this one I figured a lot of you might want to see. This was the pre-market runner that was going right at about 5:30 my time, so 8:30 East Coast. And I literally got in right here on this candle. I saw this jump up and I just got in and out really fast. And this was it. It was kind of high share size, 100, because it's at the time when I got in, it's what, a $5 stock at the time. So I played this perfectly. I literally just got in and out. It was just a scalp. It was two scalps. I didn't want to mess around. I don't normally trade these stocks. I didn't want to mark levels. I just wasn't interested. So it was $60.45, and I thought that was good enough. All right, let's move on to Marvel. Marvel was just a couple of quick scalps for $51. I did very low share size. You guys, Marvel is very hard. The spread was really high. It still is 49 cents. That's about typical for Marvel right now. So it was literally just a little tiny scalp right here, 25 shares, and then another scalp right here. I made $51 and I was done. All right, AVGO is a new one for me. I don't normally trade it. I've always wanted to. The spread is usually high. So the spread wasn't very high today. So I went ahead and did it. Now, I was kind of doing a mix of 50 to 100 shares, and I was just scalping. I did not mark any levels. I was literally watching these. You guys have known I've talked about this, the Day Trading for Success scalping indicator. And I was just watching the buyers versus sellers. And if the buyers are heading up, right here's a good example. Buyers are heading up and volume is increasing. So that's where I went long right here. And that's it. I'm just going long when I see volume increasing, especially when it's going above this midline. That's the average line. And then I'm shorting if I see volume coming up with red. So right here would be a good short right here. And that's probably what I did right here. All right, that's it. 54.87, not a lot to show there. AMD, I probably overtraded. Oh, this was my one loser today. By the time you guys, I was so deep red on this. By the time I got to -11, I said, forget it. I'm done. I didn't take very many trades, but they were horrible. And it was just 50 and 100 shares. This was very hard to trade. I'd never trade AMD. I haven't traded AMD since it was like $300. Once it got this high in price, the spread is so high. Look at right now, because it's after hours, $1.14. Spreads are like 68, 75 cents. It's too much. I'm only scalping for 10 cents. that's why I got so red, because this is not the stock for me to trade. If you're gonna scalp for 10 cents, you have to pick a stock that is worth your while, that has enough volume, and that has enough a low spread that you can just get in and out. And this was not my stock to trade today. I know better, and I was just stupid. All right, I already did SB. Let's go to Palantir. Palantir, I was down, and I finally pulled out with $4.83. I can't tell you why I was struggling with Palantir. I just struggled. And it was so simple. It was going short. And it was the 9 EMA, which is the blue line, and the 21. It's simply once the 9 crosses down below the 21, you just start taking it short. And on these pullbacks, you get in and then ride it short. And a pullback, you get out down here and you get back in when it's pulling back. I just could not time it right. I was just off. What I should have done is stopped right here when I was off, which is normally what I used to do. I would just get out for like a $20 loss and move on. I was so determined to get green. I did, thank God. All right, let's move on to Tesla. Yesterday I did really well on Tesla. It was $100, and today I did another $100 on Tesla. I actually traded, just like yesterday, I traded large share size. Now, it looks like a lot of shares. Again, remember, I'm scalping for pennies. The spread was really low today because I think half of the Tesla traders are over on SpaceX. So it's made it really easy for me to trade. Believe it or not, this is easy. It looks like a lot of trading, but it's just scalping for pennies, and it works for me. And I made $91.65. And so I'm happy with this. This is the way I trade. I like it. I do just a few tickers I pick, and I do $100 each, and I'm good. Done. All right, let's go on to Google. Google was 50 bucks, 50, 60. It was just a couple quick scalps. I mean, of course, I prefer just to do a couple quick scalps, but sometimes I have to work at it. This was just fast. Right here, I got in, got out. I saw it dumping at the open and waited and got back in and out and done. All right, let's go to SpaceX. Ooh, SpaceX has been my favorite lately. All right, this is only $17.38, but just a couple quick scalps. And you guys, I'm pretty happy on something like SpaceX that just has not a lot of history, and I'm able to scalp it even for 50 shares. So that's it, $17.38. I didn't really want to hang out here today. I traded this yesterday. So I didn't mark levels. I didn't do any of that. I cannot short this stock, which is why I did not linger here, because I would have rather taken all this short, and I just couldn't. So when it was going short, I had to go move on to something else. And then I caught this long right here, and I was able to catch a long right here. But other than that, I can only trade because there's no shares to borrow. So that's it. Okay, guys, SpaceX. We still got SpaceX over on the day trading account. Yeah, I made $30 on this one. All right, it was just really quick right here. That's it. In and out. Oh, sorry. This account I can't scalp either, or I can't short either because it's SpaceX, and I can't short in a Roth anyways. So I just didn't want to linger on SpaceX. It was kind of going down a lot of the day, so there's no point if I can't short. All right, guys, I think I got through all those. I want to show you real quick on the ATR. This is the spread label I made right here. And then these three are the prior day high, prior day close, prior day low. I trade a lot of futures, and sometimes I throw them on my chart here, especially in the evenings. So I like having those there. And then I do have this daily ATR label. It helps me in my trading. The spread obviously helps me. I want to keep it below like 8 cents or so. So I'm going to this weekend show you how I made those labels. And then with that, I'm going to be getting rid of this other one. It's someone else's. And then with that being said, this weekend, after I show you that, you'll be able to create your own. You can create indicators, labels, all kinds of stuff on here. Special volume bars. You could create volume bars. You can do whatever you want with Gemini. And it's just called ThinkScript. That's the code that ThinkOrSwim uses. And you're just prompting Gemini to use ThinkScript. So I'll show you all that this weekend. All right, guys, I hope I got through everything. If you have any questions, please let me know. And hopefully I'll see you on Sunday.